So yesterday I thought I was doing fine, and then I cried a couple times. And today would have been our anniversary, so I'm sure I'm gonna struggle today. The main reason I cried is because I was talking to some friends and we were just talking about random things that guys will text, and I was like, oh, well, he used to text me random parts of the day, didn't matter when. Even when we were on video chat sometimes, and I did hang out with him in person, not just video. He would just text me, girl, you fine. And he knew that anytime I saw that come across my phone, it made me smile. He liked to see me smile, so he would send it to me. It's still hard not to get good morning beautiful texts like I got every morning. I miss the good night texts. I just miss the random conversations that we would have about the dumbest things, or like a movie that we made up, and then we would be like, oh, what are you watching? Are you watching this movie? And those are the things that I miss. Just the little things that throughout the day like helped me. I was just laughing all the time, and it made me happy. And so anytime I try to think of that stuff, like, I don't want to forget it, because I was happy, but at the same time, it always triggers me and makes me a little sad.
Well, fam, this decade's post-war Colleen is sad and misses her boo. Yeah, the boyfriend she selected over her husband of a 24-year marriage. She planned for the divorce because her feels told her that her boyfriend was the most important thing over her ex-husband. And the shocker is, after her divorce, the love of her life decided, nah, fam, I'm good. Yeah, we covered a few other of this Colleen's videos before, and nothing I just said wasn't something she hadn't already put out, except for the reasons the boyfriend dropped the deuces. We can only speculate why her ex-boyfriend decided to opt out of continuing with her. I am sure my male viewers would more than likely say it was because she obviously is capable of breaking up a long-term relationship. Or they would also argue the fact that it's possible her ex-boyfriend already had his own long-term plans, and she thought she could convince him to change those plans for her if she got divorced. Who knows what the actual reasons were. We do know she admitted she promised not to complicate things for the ex-boyfriend, but she did complicate things in the end right before he cut things off with her. The obvious questions my male viewers would have for this Colleen would be, was it worth it? Was all this pain, heartache, and drama worth her divorcing her husband of 24 years?
Yes, I am so sorry. You don't even know how sorry I am. I'm just being honest.
That's a question only she can answer. And it isn't victim blaming. It's called accountability for living with the consequences of one's own actions. I know that seems so unfair, ladies, that we actually dare say it's an extremely high probability the reason she ended up like this is because she put in for her divorce. But hey, she is strong and independent now, living the dream. Moving on.
You know, starting life over at 60 after 35 years of marriage is definitely a challenge. I refuse to do dating apps. I feel like God is going to bring someone to me if that's his plan for my life. It doesn't mean that I shouldn't, kind of put myself out there, but just know that he has the perfect plan for my life. But I feel like in some ways I'm back in high school. Does he like me? Does she like him? All those things, all those insecurities. And I've done so much work to be happy in this body, to be happy and proud of who I am. And I just have to remember, I have weathered some pretty awful traumas in my life. And I need to be proud and confident. And ladies, if this resonates with you, I'd love to hear your stories. DM me.
Whoa. Did this advanced post-war Colleen literally start by saying, starting life over at 60 and after 35 years of marriage, a spiritual omnipotent power will bring someone to her? Yeah, that would be the guy she was married to for 35 years. She has weathered traumas. Is she trying to tell us she suffered for 35 years? Ladies, I'm not trying to be cruel here, but dang, there is only so much dating fantasy that can be said until someone has to call it out. Let's just ask the obvious question. What exactly is a man she is going to meet in her 60s going to do that is going to make Her ex-husband of 35 years seemed like it was all some huge mistake. If you have been watching my channel long enough, you should know by now I always profess expectation management. And at 60, the chances of Prince Charming coming in and sweeping you off your feet is about the same as being struck by a bolt of lightning.
Sweep the leg. You have a problem with that?
I'm not saying she should give up all hope. I am saying she should consider the high probability of having to settle with an average Joe who is going to be far from perfect. Moving on.
Y'all listen, I am going to wring my girlfriend's neck. I am. Y'all not going to believe this. Look, I went to that thing last night. I'm going to tell y'all about it all later. But I have gotten no less than 7 phone calls from this cat that I met last night that I have no interest in. But my girlfriend, she gets in her wallet, in her purse, and she whips out one of my business cards and gives it to him when he was asking for my phone number. I was trying to find a polite way to kind of skirt the topic, you know, and not do that, not so I could let him know that if, you know, on a professional level or something, that'd be fine. But, you know, she gave him my business card and it's got my cell phone number on it. And so now this guy has called me back to back this morning, and it's barely damn noontime. And we've got to talk about these fellas who are retired and like they forgot that the rest of us that are not retired, that we still got to go to work.
I have to ask nicely, how many beta imp chumps are out there actively showing gargantuan levels of thirst to the point average grand elder multi-decade post-wall queens act like they have to beat them back with a stick?
465!
That was an honest question, considering I actually think this woman is being truthful with her story. How thirsty are some of these retired gentlemen? If you are retired, why not get your passport and go overseas where you will be appreciated? Note how this grand elder queen acts like getting the attention from a retired gentleman is a complete inconvenience. But then the questions of where are the good men at comes around eventually. Let's not BS everything. It's not about where the good men are or aren't. It's about where are the men these types of women are attracted to at, so she can try to get one of them to commit. If you are going to be dating in your golden years, you have got to accept the reality of you are going to get what you get. There aren't going to be some abundant amounts of HVMs out there waiting to commit to an advanced post-war queen of many decades. Well, that is if they can pull a young woman.
Oh, behave.
Girl, I don't know what. But, so I'm a frazzled mess. I'm in Fort Walton this morning. I've been at the office and I just arrived in Fort Walton and I feel like a whole hot mess because I had a little bit of wine last night at that get together. So, and y'all not gonna believe what Linda did. Linda strikes again. Girl, I'm gonna tell you about it this afternoon. When I get home this evening, I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna tell y'all all about it. But my phone is just going off the hook to this morning, and I'm going to wring my girlfriend's neck because she didn't grasp that the reason I was slowing down when he was asking me about my phone number was because I really didn't want to give it to him, or at least not under that cloud of him thinking that we was going to go out. Some days. But now I appreciate what my girlfriends have been doing, and I'm going to keep going. But we're going to have to get some ground rules together. We're just going to have to.
Oh, the horrors. It just sounds so terrible that someone is interested in this woman. Question here, Colleen. At your age, you haven't learned to just tell the guy directly, thank you, but I'm not interested in a date? Is that too hard to say?
Impossible.
To my female viewers, it may be hard to believe, but the reason she, more than likely, is complaining is because she is getting the attention of a guy she thinks is beneath her level. It's no secret women, especially boss babes, at any age and weight category, use the male metric of success, i.e. financial success, as their personal justification to put themselves in a bracket of a high-value woman. Unfortunately, this is about as accurate as a cereal box secret squirrel decoder ring. Men don't value a woman's financial status, her money, her business, or any other metric that women find attractive in men. Will men date boss babes? Yes, especially men with fewer options. Are boss babes high-value women to men because they are boss babes? They are about as valuable to the man they are attracted to as the man's next rental car. They ride it until they return it.
Fatality.
Flawless victory.
Moving on.
I'm curious to know
if you're over 65, I'm 65, I'm going to be 66 this year, and I'm curious to know if you're single or if you're a widow, are you interested in dating at this age? I'm just curious to know. I just don't have time for it right now because I own 3 businesses and I'm starting a new company. I have 9 adult children who I'm close to. I have 13 grandchildren that I love to go and visit. I like to be my own boss. One of the things that I found when I did try to date a few times is most men that are in my age group, they want like a nursemaid. They want someone to take care of them. So I don't know. I'm not really interested in dating younger men that aren't interested in that. I'm not sure. What about you? Are you interested in dating younger men because they might not need a nursemaid so much? I don't want to cook for somebody. I don't want to clean up after somebody because I just have so much I want to do in life.
With that tall list of demands, being a boss baby at 65 and wanting to do 50 different things, it sounds like she needs to be a sugar mama more than anything else. If she doesn't want to take care of any man, then she better not expect a man to take care of her. It's pretty black and white at that point, and considering her age, I don't recommend she get too picky. I'm sorry, but her long-winded justification of why she can't date after she tried to date doesn't add up. I mean, if she was too busy to date, she would not have even tried to begin with. I'm going to go on a limb here and say when she tried to date, she had some demands that were well above her SMV. I mean, a 65-year-old boss babe is going to think she is on par with the Kardashians because her business is on point. Yep, because all women should know that showing any man her stock report is far more effective than any little blue pill. I mean, that mixed in with her amazing caring attitude makes her an absolute catch.
I don't know, I just want to live life. And it's just so amazing to be free and have my freedom, which I haven't had all my life. And so it's very exciting, all these, my life goals and my bucket list and the growth that I want to do and the legacy that I want to leave. I'm rehabbing an entire house, which has been a project we've been doing for 3 years now because I do run companies, so I have to work as well as, and then I have family stuff to do, of course, and besides just renovating my house. But it's ended up being a total reconstruction, and that's a project that one of my sons and I are doing, and it's been really fun, gotten us really close together and built our relationship. So it's been really cool. Now we're going to start a business, and it's just there's just so many things to do in the world, right? So I'm just really curious to know, is that something that you think about? Are you thinking, if you're over 65, are you thinking about dating younger men or younger women? If you are over 65, are you even in the dating scene? Do you even want to date anymore? Let me know in the comments.
If you're 65, are you thinking about dating down? Sweetheart, I hate to break this to you, but dating you is dating down.
How dare you?
Let me explain for my female viewers. How can any man figure that dating a 65-year-old woman who refuses to take care of anyone and continuously states she has no free time to give any man can be considered an example of dating up? Dating down is a pathetic boss babe term they made up the moment they crown themselves as the greatest thing since sliced bread, all because they feel strong and independent, and womanism told them that they now have the choice of any man they want. Let me put it this way. If a 35-year-old guy who makes about $60K annually is given the chance to date an attractive 27-year-old woman who works as, let's say, a receptionist, or date a 33-year-old woman who is equally attractive but is a corporate boss babe with a similar attitude to the Grand Elder Post-Wall Queen in this video, 9 times out of 10, he is going to choose the younger woman. In fact, if a well-off 65-year-old man had to choose between this gem and an average 49-year-old woman who makes, say, half his salary, he wouldn't hesitate to date down.
Emotional damage!
I'm just saying, if you enjoy this audit, click on the video in the end screen for more content. If you would like to support the channel, please follow the link in the description to donate to our beer fund, or like, subscribe, and share this video on other social media platforms. If you agree or disagree with anything about this audit, please let us know in the comments. I'm going to leave this audit right here. I'll see all of you in the next episode.